turn your sound off. Turn your sound off. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Did you all miss
Did y'all
us?
miss us? Did you
Did
miss
y'all
us?
miss us?
Did you
We've been
miss us?
gone. You know what? I didn't realize we've been gone. We've been gone 30 days.
Yeah.
Monday will be our last show was on Halloween. That is
It was on
crazy.
Halloween. Are you
It was on,
serious?
yes. When I set up the show, I realized
Ooh,
it was
ooh.
on Halloween. That is crazy.
Wow.
Crazy, 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 crazy that we have not done a show because both of our lives have been just
Yes, we've been
running
moving. We've
all
been
over the
moving.
place
We've been
in
moving.
the last 30 days. A
30
lot,
days.
a lot, a lot, a lot has happened. We've
Yeah.
had an election that took
Mhm.
like 15 years to get the count, and they were still counting. They did Georgia's count twice. The other day was the second day. You know, I made it to my 45th
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yep,
Ooh, ooh,
Scorpio
ooh,
is in
ooh,
the
ooh.
house.
Scorpio's in the house.
That's why you get some of this attitude because I am a true Scorpio by the definition. Although
Yeah.
I'm not vengeful. I'm not vengeful. I'm not that part.
We not that
But
part.
November Scorpios are better than October Scorpios. Argue with your mama. I don't care what you say. We are better than October Scorpios. Go argue with your mama and your daddy for not having you in November. That's cool. Nobody cares, but I am. I
Oh,
made it in
oh,
November. Ha
oh,
ha ha ha
oh, oh.
ha.
But we'll deal with it when we roll around the
Yes.
Aries season.
Oh my God, them Aries. I can't
Aries.
stand Aries.
Y'all love us.
I can't stand them damn
Yeah, but
Aries.
we say we love us.
Yep.
We
And
love
then
us.
and then we had Thanksgiving. Boom.
Yes.
Just like that.
Thanksgiving.
Boom. Just like that. Okay.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Let's get into it, party people.
we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to
Yeah,
talk
buddy.
about today.
T.
Today. We got a lot to talk about today. And so, we're glad that you all are back with us. We do apologize for that short vacation. It was an unplanned vacation. And
It really was.
I'm really gonna blame it on EJ
How?
because he's been acting his ass off again,
I've been
and
working.
so I'm gonna blame it on him. Okay,
No.
I'm gonna blame it on him. I'm gonna blame it on him.
So,
But
so
let
as
me.
she said 4 weekends. So I'll take two. She gonna take the other two.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the other two because
She'll take
one
the
was
other two.
my birthday weekend, and then the last weekend, which was the 21st, I made a supreme decision.
Okay. Okay.
Eh, 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 eh,
You're a little
eh.
blurry on your side, beautiful.
Am I? Am
A
I?
little
I can
blurry. A
see you
little blurry.
good. I can
I
see
can,
you good.
thank you. You just a little blurry.
Well, I can't help that. Let me dust off my camera.
I
Okay.
don't know if it was your camera. All right. I mean, I can see you good, but you
You can
just look
see
a
me?
little. You look a little
All right.
fuzzy.
All right. Well, let me give you my
Well, you look good
introduction
on my
because
phone. You look good on the phone. So
I look good on your phone.
on the
As
phone.
long as I look
Yes.
good somewhere, I'm cool with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me introduce myself, and then I'm gonna throw it over to my little brother over here. Where's my hands? Over here. Throw it over here to my little brother over here up in New York. So I am in the DMV. My name is Nitra P. You like I dropped them bars just then.
Bars.
I am in the DMV. My name is Nitra P. I work for the Department of None of Your Business. I am a jack of all trades, a master of some. I own uh, two businesses, about to open up a third business because I really like entrepreneurship. I do, I do, I do. I just launched my website development business. Okay. And then I'm about to launch my candles because I love, 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 love candles. But I have three children, which my children are generational children. If you don't know what generational children are children born in different generations. So my first two are 24 and 21. Well, he'll be 21 for the next couple of weeks. Then he'll be 22. My daughter's in the Navy. She has my grandkids. He's 20 months. My son is is a college student and he works full time. And then my third child is 13. Hence, generational children is a cheerleader, all star cheerleader. So, and I want to do a shouts out to Dynasty Maryland All Star Cheer. They actually placed first place, and we got a bid to the peak on their virtual cheerleading competition that was on last Saturday. So shouts out to Fours. That's my girls, my daughter's team, and I'm like, I'm in over there, working over there too as well. But I'm going to jump over. I'm going to send it over to my brother and let him. I'm going on mute and I'm going to let him do his whole accolades for you.
I'm going to lay
Erskine,
it
take it
down.
away.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing, everybody? This your boy Erskine Alexander. I'm checking in for suburban New York. Suburban New York. I am a mental health clinician here in New York City, and I'm a proud mental health clinician here in New York City. I'm also an actor as well. So big shout out to Mr. Joe Cinemera. We're working on a project right now, Me Familia 2, that'll be out in theaters on in 2021. Also, Six Tales of Sin. Six Tales of Sin. I'm in the movie Six Tales of Sin that was released on Amazon 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So, Six Tales of Sin, Wrath. That's on Amazon. I'm in episode 5. So that's directed by Joe Cinemera. So go to Amazon, everyone, place a review. So I'm an actor. I'm an actor as well as a mental health clinician. And I am proud to say I'm a married man of 15 years. Shout out to my lovely wife, Sabrina. And I'm a proud father of my lovely daughter, Amira. She's 12 years old. So just enjoying life. The purpose of this show was it was created during the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. That was the reason behind this. It was Nietzsche's phenomenal idea to say, hey, listen, let's do a podcast because everybody's at home anyway. So once my schedule was able to kind of slow up a little bit, which it did, we created Unfiltered No Chaser. And this is where we are. So, and again, my name is Erskine Alexander, mental health clinician here in New York City, in addition to being an actor as well. I also got called back for the TV show For Life that's on ABC. It comes on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. So thank you. A big shout out to the producers at ABC for bringing me back. I had to go through a lot of COVID tests. I don't know if you people have had, I don't know if our fans and friends out there have had a COVID test before. It's quite interesting, but we got through it. So big shout out to all the phenomenal nurses who were making sure that we stayed on point, making sure everybody on set was good with the whole process of going through the whole COVID-19 testing. The most important thing is just to really, really be safe. Really, really be safe. Unfortunately, because of this country, you got one part of the country doing it one way, you got another part of the country doing it another way. And so, therefore, it's kind of a situation where everybody's kind of taking their own definition with it. I did a podcast on Thanksgiving with a close friend of mine who's also a therapist. Shout out to my homegirl Spirit down in Atlanta. We were on with a bunch of other mental health clinicians, and we were just talking about the effects of COVID. We were talking about how it's impacted the community, how it's impacted us as a nation, and just how some people see it one way in one side of the country, as far as maybe the West Coast or the down south or the East Coast, and how people just see it, differently. I was on with a bunch of other mental health clinicians, and we were just talking about how, some people can go in the grocery stores and it's nothing. It's nothing. Well, you go to grocery stores up here in New York, you might get your head knocked off if you don't have on a mask. So it was just a whole lot of back and forth, a whole lot of just confusion with the whole thing. I even had a friend of mine to tell me all you got to do is just cover your mouth and you're safe from the COVID. Now, you guys know that is not true. But that goes to show you there's people that have their own personal definition of what they think COVID is. New York, we see it one way. Atlanta sees it another way. Texas sees it another way. Miami sees it another way. It's just an unfortunate situation. So thank God, everybody, we got new leadership coming in January. Let me tell you. So
Yes, we do. Yeah. Okay, let me just say this. Let me just say this before we
new
go any
leadership.
further.
Congratulations,
Let me
Kamala
just
and
say
Joe.
this. Let me just say this. Do you all know that old song, The Whole Town is Laughing at Me?
Yeah,
It's an old song. Okay, so
by the old
here's my.
OJs.
Is it by the OJs? Okay, so
I
here,
know
here,
Jagged Edge remade it.
here. No, Jagged Edge did not make this song.
They
But
did.
anyway, anyway.
No, they remade it.
Okay,
They did.
let's get past that. Let's get past that.
Okay.
So when they call homeboy down in down in Florida and said, "Dude, get your ass back on this plane. You gotta go back to the White House. Yeah, you lost, but you gotta get your ass back to the White House." All of the people that was having a party at 1600 Black Lives Matter Plaza, he
Mm.
had to legit. He had to legit go on that street just to get home. Like there was so many people out there with Biden signs and saying negative derogatory things about him and whatever all of this stuff. But honestly, the human side of me felt a little bad for him because that's got to be the bottom of the barrel when you get that fucking low to where everybody's legit telling you we ain't fucking with you and you can't sit with us no fucking more.
Right, right.
Like fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Like
Yeah.
I felt about this much compassion for him.
Maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit.
That much. But what I'm saying is, how do you think he felt? Like that was the theme song that was playing in my head as they were showing him his cars going through on 1600 Black Lives Matter Plaza. That you can't even go around to the backside. You
No.
gotta go that way.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Like that shit was funny as hell. And then on the second breath, I was like, all these motherfuckers gonna have coronavirus. So how do you feel? I mean, how did?
You know what? It's just I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna say this to our viewers out here.
We drinking tonight, y'all.
We drinking tonight. We all got wine. I'm proud of myself. I want to say I'm very proud of myself and my wife as well. We have not had any wine, any kind of alcohol of any kind of sort for the last month and a half, almost 2 months, almost 2 months. No reason, just want to be healthy. But it's Thanksgiving. We got so much to be thankful for, so we jumped off a wagon this weekend. Because we got so much to be thankful for. So yes. So yes, so I'm enjoying my glass of wine tonight, and I'm going to enjoy some more too. So, but what I do want to say about what you're saying, Nitra, as far as about what went on with number 4 or 5, it's so much confusion amongst the American people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The coronavirus, this COVID-19, however way you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, has turned the world upside down. And he was not able to give us any kind of answers, no kind of solution, no kind of help whatsoever. All we hear is that we got something coming. We got something coming. Nothing has arrived. And the American people were tired. They were tired. And so, at this point right now, everybody may not be sold on Joe, but at the end of the day, it's the lesser of the two evils.
But let me tell you something. You don't have to be sold on Joe. Hell, you didn't even have to be sold on Hillary. But I tell you one thing, and it goes back to what I've been saying.
Yeah.
I could not have a shoe shineman doing my open heart surgery. Okay? All right?
Right.
They got long history in politics.
Right.
Okay? Why the hell would you pick somebody that don't have shit to do with politics?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why.
And do it because people have tried to compare him with Ronald Reagan. Yeah, Ronald Reagan was a fucking governor first before he became a president. Don't do Ronald Reagan like that. Don't do him like that.
I think
he was an actor.
Yes, he was.
He was in the political scene even when he was an actor, and then he became the governor of what was it, California?
Right.
He became governor before he became the president of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Don't compare them two apples to oranges.
Right.
You got it. The orange.
Right. I personally think that they put him in because they were upset with the uproar of the great Barack Obama.
Absolutely. I already told you my thoughts on that, how he went rogue. And they was like, whoa, Nelly.
And they like, no, we're not going to do that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think those people wanted a woman in the White House anyway. Listen, we gave you a black man for a president, but we're not going to give you a woman for president. No, despite the fact that this woman has history and has credentials, and she was whatever with here in New
And
York
she was a
State,
lawyer.
and she's a lawyer, but she's not qualified to run the White House. But you got a guy that's a reality TV star that's able to run the White
And
House.
she was a first lady. I mean, like
First
her
lady, her husband,
accolades.
right? Her husband was the president of
But
the
you know
United
what?
States.
I honestly believe in my heart's of heart it was because of who she was married to. Not so much of her. Her, yes, but not so much. They didn't want him back in there because guess what? What do husbands and wives do at night besides have sex? They have pillow talk
Yeah,
about what happened in their day, how they could have changed it differently, what they should do or could not do. It was going to be pillow talk.
yeah,
Okay? So, because he has expertise in it, she doesn't really, but she does. That would have been too much of a good situation, honestly.
right, right.
But they didn't want that.
They didn't want
Okay?
that.
So they went and got the great orange and this is the cards we got dealt fucking
But
around with y'all people.
but let me tell y'all.
The non-voters and the ones that voted for his ass.
Right, right. Well, you know what? Payback's a payback. And I just think the American people were tired. I think they
They
were
were.
tired of the
They were.
foolishness. I think
They
they were
were.
tired of the press conferences, of the disrespect, the
The
nastiness, like
tweeting.
the tweeting, just the overall nastiness.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't know what you was talking about, your presentation was disgusting. Even if you didn't know what you was saying, your presentation was disgusting.
Even
And
when he
nobody
was
says you got to be nasty.
right, and even with him picking with the handicapped people, sir,
Yeah,
your son is on the spectrum. Like
yeah.
you really need to tread lightly in the things that you say out your mouth. You
I don't
can't
think
be
he cares.
talking like you can't be talking reckless about people's physical capabilities when you have a child that's on the spectrum. And
He doesn't care.
even before I knew that the baby was on the spectrum, I looked at him and I was like, something don't look right with him.
Mhm.
And that's when he was 10 because he's what 14 now. But they he whew, thank you America. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Peace and blessings unto you. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. And listen, we got the reward. The American people showed out. And big shout out before we go any further. Big shout out to the great state of Georgia.
Yes.
Georgia.
Yes.
Shout
Yes.
out to
Yes.
Georgia,
Yes.
Georgia, Georgia,
Yes.
Georgia. That's our
Yes.
home state. Our
Yeah.
home state. You know, Neil, well, Nietzsche, you be repping for that old HIO sometimes.
You know I do all the time, baby.
You know, but
I ride hard for my Buckeyes. Don't
okay,
get
but
it
I'm
twisted nor
representing Georgia.
confusion.
I'm gonna hold it down for the whole
I
state of
slide on
Georgia.
down that way too. You
Georgia, I
know,
slide it.
I slide on down that way too. But baby,
I,
that's where I was created and born.
okay, listen, I was created and born in Georgia, Columbus, Georgia. That is. I really want to say a big shout out to the whole state of Georgia. I love how all the American people showed up down there. They
Yes,
voted, and not only did they vote,
they showed out.
they just turned the whole state from red to blue.
Yeah.
Georgia hasn't been a blue state since 1992. That's when you and
Since
I went to ninth grade.
right since Clinton was in office.
Right. I was like, oh my God,
Okay.
did you? But you know what though? I I I say this about Georgia. They were upset, they were frustrated. They saw how they looked as fools at the beginning of the year. They looked at how the mayor of Atlanta was disrespected.
Yep.
They looked at how the governor did.
Yep.
It was so good to see, especially. Oh, not before I even say about the governor.
Harris said it was banging pots and pans.
Yeah, what you talking about? I totally agree. But I was so proud to see Georgia represent because Georgia was like the guinea pigs of this whole thing, and the governor didn't care. The governor disrespected
Cause
the
he was
mayor
too much
one.
doing this.
Oh, well, I was going to use another term.
Well, I was gonna do something vulgar, so
Okay, we gonna be good. I was going listen. I was about to go there. I was about to go there.
I was
I ain't
about to
gonna
do
go there.
something real vulgar. I don't know who watching me,
No,
so
no,
or who
no.
gonna come back and watch me like,
They
hey
was like,
yo,
oh, hey, man. But I am proud of Georgia. I am so proud of Georgia. Uh, Shout out to just the entire state for stepping up. There is another voting process that they have to go through in January for the Senate, if I'm correct. Our viewers that's out there that's watching, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's another voting process that they got to go through on January the 5th. to make sure we can get the, I guess, make sure they get the full power of the Senate or whatever, whatever. So hopefully everybody will come out again and vote and do whatever it is they need to do, just like they did throughout this voting process. But I think the people were divided. I think the entire state was divided, and I think the people just got fed up, So they came out in droves. And naturally, with Kamala being an AKA, you in a city like Atlanta and Columbus, where they got all the fraternities and sororities and all that good stuff, they came out to represent. So it was good to see. It was good to see. So shout out to Georgia. Keep up the
Shout
good
out,
work.
Joseph. Yes.
Shout out GA. So I'm proud of you guys. And I just hope and pray that Joe Biden can get in and Kamala can get in and just do what they need to do to get this country back on point.
And now you know I love me a good Joe Biden. I love Joe ever since he was the
Good
damn
old
vice
Joe.
president. I love Joe ever since he gave Ryan what was the dude's name? Ryan fuck, what was his name? Who was
Right.
the House Speaker at one time? Ryan blah, 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 blah. I forgot his name.
I,
But anyway,
I'm
I've
not
been
even
loving
sure.
Joe.
Okay.
I've been loving Joe forever. Okay, because
Mhm.
Joe's clap back, baby. It's something fierce when you let Joe out. But I will say this: Joe is old. Don't be shocked if we're about to have a first black female president. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I love Joe.
I love Joe too.
So don't be shocked. Okay.
I won't be shocked. I won't be shocked. Oh yeah, shout out to Stacey Abrams too. Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Beats. Thank you so much for your statement. But yeah, Stacey Abrams, she really did her thing, man, and I'm just proud of
She
the whole entire
did.
state.
She
She
did. I
did.
couldn't even think of her name. I wanted to say something about it. I couldn't even think of her name. But
Yeah.
she did.
So it was
She
phenomenal. It
did.
was phenomenal. So I'm proud of the state. I think at this point, just like a lot of people, they want to see the good energy. I was actually filming the day that Joe gave his first speech. His first
Mm.
speech. So I had to film out in the
As
Hamptons, and
president elect.
president elect, president elect, his first speech, and it felt so good just to hear the calmness. Just to hear the peace. Not a guy that's at the podium talking about, we're gonna get those son of a bitches out of here and get what else he said. He said, don't
Build a.
your wives,
Woo!
don't you want your wives, want your husbands to go to work? Uh, we're
We
gonna
still
build
gonna.
the wall.
Oh, that's what I was about to ask you. We still getting the wall?
Listen, I didn't even understand that. I didn't even understand that, but it felt so
You
good
want
to
to
have a
build a
peace.
wall to keep immigrants out, but two of your wives were immigrants. Explain that, Sway.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I can't figure that for to save my life. I can't understand. But I will say this though. There's
What?
some angry people that's mad.
Oh yeah, it's some angry people,
Yeah.
but they didn't act a fool like I thought that they would act a fool.
Well, you know what I'm gonna tell you. I went jogging this morning, and when I finished up my jog, I got in my car.
T said, build it around him.
Yeah.
Oh, he going to jail.
Oh, he going to jail.
He going to jail.
He going to jail. And
It's
this,
not.
he going to
It's
jail. He going to jail. Cause let
yeah.
me tell y'all something. Let me
He
tell you
going to
something.
jail,
I'm not rich, but I've had to pay taxes before.
baby. It
And at
don't
the end
feel
of the day,
good.
it don't feel good. You can write this, that off, or whatever, and it is not a good feeling. So at the end of the day, for this guy to make millions and he's able to walk away and pay $750.
For the year 2020, 2016 and 2017, so that was a total of $1,500, not 1,000 but $1,500 he paid in the course of the last 10 years that he
The
filed
last 3 years.
taxes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that goes to show you that this gotta go. This guy gotta go. So also, there's some people up in my area that's upset about it. I saw a big old sign after I finished jogging this morning, a big old fuck Biden sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Come join the Trump train. But
And
guess
that's
what?
fine, but you
That's
can
fine.
go to jail right along with your Trump train.
Yeah. Come join the Trump train. And at the end of the day, everybody's not built to be a president. And 45 just wasn't built to be a president.
And I get it. I get it. You want somebody that can think outside of the political realm. I totally get it. But at the same time, he ain't the businessman. Everything he touched turned to shit.
Well,
So he's not
listen,
really he's not really a businessman. He's not running these companies as people think he is. This is his name. He's leasing his name on a lot of this stuff, and people don't understand that.
Mm.
Okay, a lot of times these people with these names, like Calvin Klein, for example, they lease their names to companies to use it like on a pair of underwear.
Right.
But it's not their company, and people don't understand that. But whatever. Again, it ain't no fun till the rabbit gets the gun.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Bang bang.
it is what it is. It
Bang bang.
is. It is what it is, and
Yeah.
we can make it do what it do.
Yeah. The thing that's really, really shocking me is the
Yes,
fact that he's
yes,
trying.
T. Yes,
Really,
he's really broke. Why do you think he only paid $750? Okay, he really broke.
or in debt, in serious debt,
He's in serious debt.
serious
He
debt.
ain't
And
our broke. He's not our broke, but he's in some serious debt.
yeah,
And not only that, not only even if he don't go to jail, he is going to have some legal issues that's going to follow him once he leaves this White House.
yeah,
But not only that, but I think it's Iran. They want his head.
yeah,
Like they already said, they're coming to get. They said we don't want no smoke with the U.S., but we want that dude.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We want him. So you know,
Don't move it
there
in.
was when he was when the what was it the morning of inauguration when he was about to do the inauguration, this woman was jogging, um and it was not too far. It was a tree line area, not too far from where the inauguration was, and she happened to stumble across. See, this is what white people, and they so goddamn nosy. Happened to stumble across an old violin case, and in this case, there was weapons in there
Mm.
with a scope, and it was on the news. She called the police, and of course, it got reported to the news. My thing was oh shit, somebody was going to try to take this man out on inauguration day. I don't like stuff like that. But I had so many questions. Like, first of all, why are you in the woods, white lady? Second of all, why were you looking in the that case, white lady? And was you trying to pee out there, white lady? But I had so many questions because, it was just crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure. Erskine, are you typing?
No, yeah, I had to say something. No, one of our viewers
Are you
was trying to get on
typing?
our show.
Are you typing Christopher L. Seymour?
Yeah, he was trying to get on our show.
Okay, because normally I'm the one that's typing for us,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm not typing. Who the heck keeps doing?
Multitasking.
I see.
Multitasking.
I forgot.
Yeah, but like you were saying though, with the whole situation with that is that the country's been severely disrespected. And I think people were frustrated, and especially with this whole coronavirus pandemic, it's really, really upset a lot of people because we don't have any answers, and people are tired.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was looking at the versus battle the other night with Gucci Man and Jeezy, and everybody went to Club Compound in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta. I threw a
Everybody
birthday
wanted
party.
what?
Everybody went to Club Compound in
Oh,
downtown Atlanta,
okay.
and as far as I'm concerned, they don't have the COVID in Atlanta.
Shit,
They
bullshit.
don't have. They don't have it. If you would have saw that, you would have been like, in New York, we're not even moving like that. We're not even moving like that. Well, there's no clubs open here. There's no lounges
Because
open here.
my baby's daddy's brother don't want y'all to move like that.
They ain't playing here in New York. But in Atlanta, they turned up. They
Did
lit.
you pick up what I put down?
Ah, yes, I picked up what you
My
put down.
baby daddy's brother don't
Yes.
want y'all moving like that.
Yeah, he ain't playing. He
Ooh,
ain't
Chris,
playing.
Chris
He ain't
Coleman.
playing. Chris is not. Chris is
You mean Andrew? You have Andrew.
Who do you have a crush on, Nitra?
Chris, I just said Chris.
Lord have mercy. Lord.
Huh?
Well, your brother-in-law ain't having that here in New York.
Nah, he
There's
not having that.
all of our clubs, lounges, hookah lounges, cigar lounges, all those bad boys are closed. And with the
That's why
increase
you
in
have your
numbers,
own lounge.
I hear you. I, I can't even come to DC to even get that with you, Deidre. The
You have your
ultimate
own
plan for
lounge.
this show was to be able to come to DC and we do a taping in DC and
Originally,
we do a
yes.
taping in New York. Hopefully, we'll get to that point in 2021. Hopefully, we'll see.
Oh, dang, really, Tamika? She said a when Mosley, a Dallas rapper, got killed a few weeks ago, you would have thought the COVID was in Dallas. People was everywhere.
It
People
wasn't.
be
Wait, wait, wait,
risking.
wait, 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 wait. She mean it wasn't in Dallas, or was it Dallas? Cause
I think she was trying to say that you wouldn't think that COVID was out in Dallas
oh, I believe it.
because people was everywhere.
I believe it.
My
I
thing
believe
is,
it. And they, I mean,
yes,
they lit down there. They are
but
lit.
here's my thing. Yes, we have a president elect. It took them 50 years to finish counting votes, but yes, we do. But that does not mean that COVID went out when the Great Pumpkin went out. It's still
No,
here.
it's still here. It's still here.
It's still here, and now y'all got to figure out when y'all gonna get this vaccination. Because I'm gonna wait on y'all.
Yeah.
Wait on y'all.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys something so funny about it is that people want to see what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
I was working out with my buddy, and we were talking about it. You know, do you think people are going to take the vaccination? You know, what are our thoughts? You know, what are my thoughts and feelings about it? I'm nervous about it. I need information. I need to know what's what, because I don't want to take nothing and end up with cancer 2 weeks later. I don't want to take nothing and end up with a broken toe and my toe fall off 3 or 4 weeks later. That's all I'm saying. We need a lot of answers
Well,
about the
I
vaccine.
think okay. So there was originally um a COVID vaccination. So a COVID vaccination, that's not something that's just new that they just brought up with COVID-19. The strand was different because I actually have a friend that got a dog and it's a purebred dog, and she actually had to get a COVID vaccination, and this was years ago. So I
Mm.
think what they did was they just tweaked it, and because COVID was not a mainstream virus thing, they just tweaked it, and that's why they're able to produce it faster, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Mhm.
But on the flip side of that, I ain't trying to take it right now because I'm trying to see what
I
y'all
need
do.
answers. I need some answers.
I want to see what you now. What I do like about what Biden is going to do is he's going to allow the CDC and those people and those expertise to to say who needs to get it first. Because
Right.
at first, they always trying to use black people or the military as their test
Right.
dummies. But they're what I read last was they want like the doctors and the people in the healthcare um areas to take it first. But I say don't let all of them take it because what if all of them catch COVID-19 and
Right.
or
Right.
COVID-20 and
Right.
die? So I think you do need some test people. You do need people that's willing to risk it all. I think it is something that if we have to all take it eventually, then okay, I get it.
Hmm.
But I just hope that it's not to the fact to where people are taking it and then they just start dying off because their body can't take it, because we all know within any vaccination there's a strand of that virus or whatever inside of that vaccination. So that's my only
Right.
scary part. I
That's
mean,
my
I
scare.
don't
That's
take
my
the
biggest
flu
scare.
shot
I don't
anymore.
even.
I should because I'm asthmatic.
Mm-mm.
However, the last two times I took the flu shot, I was definitely sick. Like one time I got so sick with the flu, I was living on Bowling at the time, and my brother was living with me, and he
Hmm.
said my room smelled like death because I was too sick to do anything. Don't ever want to
Wow.
go through that again. And then another time, years later, I took the flu shot again, and I didn't, I got sick off of that. So I don't take the flu shot.
Yeah, I don't do it either.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't mess with vaccinations. You know, for our viewers that's out there, I work for the hospital here in New York City, and that's a constant conversation that I've had going on 20 years now that I don't mess with the flu shot. I don't knock people that take it.
No, I
I don't
don't.
knock, I don't. But I'm knocking on wood. I really take my health seriously here in New York. So as far as like eating right and just exercising and just doing what I need to do to stay
Taking your
healthy and
right
make sure
vitamins and
taking my right
immune
vitamins. Yeah,
boosters.
I'm knocking on wood. The last time I actually ever had flu symptoms, my daughter's 12 now. She might have been about 4. So
Yeah.
we're talking 8 years ago. So I'm
Yeah.
thankful for that. So but the most important thing is, I think we have to incorporate exercise. We have to change our diet. It's Thanksgiving, so I get it. But we do have to kind of work on as a race, as a culture, to kind of straighten that up, so we won't be so
Yeah.
subjected to these different diseases. African Americans, we already have the highest numbers when it comes to high blood pressure, diabetes. So we just have to do our part as a race and as a culture to make sure we uh, do what we have to do to stay healthy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I mean, and then sometimes people say, "Oh, well, my grandparents ate like this." Yeah, they did eat like that.
Yeah.
They did. They did. But it wasn't all this mess mixed up in their food either.
Right.
And
Right.
that's what people have to understand. If you a person that eats chitlins, um, that hog that's eating the food now is not the same hog that ate the food way back when. Like they put so much stuff in
Hmm.
these animals' food to you really don't want to know you don't want to really know what's in it
Right.
because you like it, but at the same time,
And it's just good for seasoning. It's good for seasoning.
what's good for seasoning?
Well, I'm just saying, everybody put fat back and all that kind of good stuff in
Lies you
condiments. I
tell.
mean, I'm just being honest.
I don't.
Listen, we from the South. I know how
I
my
do not.
stepfather used to do.
Yeah, I'm saying
They
you said, but you said everybody. I do not.
You don't,
I do not.
but on an average, most people do that.
Oh yeah, most people do that. Do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. Most people do that.
I think the most important thing, it really, really starts is with exercise. I mean, just to walk. I'm not saying you got to train like you're trying out for the Falcons or the Giants or trying out for a basketball
Yeah.
team, but just to try to incorporate some form of exercise into your daily activity. That's all.
You can. Some people. I'm guilty of it sometimes. I just be like, I know I need to go on and get on that Peloton, but I don't want to.
30 minutes. It's just 30
I don't
minutes.
want
It
to.
just I tell everybody, I say
It's not
30
even.
minutes.
It's not
And
even that. It's not even that.
okay.
Once I start doing it, I'm cool. It's the getting to it.
Right,
That's
right,
the.
right.
It's the getting to it.
But once you get into a habit,
And I
it
had that
starts to
habit.
right.
Yeah. And then life happens, and you'll be like, "Oh, okay, shoot, I forgot to do. I do it tomorrow." And then that day comes. It's always excuses, and we
Okay.
need to stop these damn excuses
Right.
and get
But it's a flip
ourselves
side.
together.
Right. It's a
I'm
flip side
guilty
to
of
it.
that.
Well, you know what? The one thing that I've learned, before COVID, I was going to the gym. I
You
was training.
was.
I was going to the
Uh
gym.
huh.
The only problem is now I have a whole. Well, it's not a problem. So I wrong choice of words when I say problem. When COVID happened and everything stopped, and I do mean everything
Mhm.
stopped.
Mhm. Mhm.
I needed an outlet myself. So I found
Mhm.
myself enjoying the workout process. Shout out to my buddy Bill and my homegirl Nat and my homegirl Kim, my training team. They keep me on point. But exercise was very beneficial because we didn't have nothing to do. Nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like people in other cities, they still able to go to the clubs, they able to go to the lounges, they able to kind of like just kind of live their lives. And that's not like that here in New York. There's certain places you can go, but it ain't no clubs, it ain't no lounges, it ain't no cigar lounges. It ain't. New York people can be creative, which I think that's something we do best. But as far as like really, really being able to enjoy the fruits of just being out and
Freedom.
about, no, you can't. Freedom, you
Yeah.
can't.
So here's my question, because
So exercise was helpful.
you and Bill, y'all are always outside,
Yeah.
in the elements, working out and stuff.
Hmm.
What are y'all gonna do in the snow?
We were, you know, we,
I'm
you know
sorry.
what?
Yeah, what are y'all gonna do in the snow?
And that
Because
has
there's
been,
only so much cold weather gear you can put on.
yeah, you're right. You're so right about it. Lately, we've been able to work out in 20 degrees. We haven't went below 20 degrees. But there is going to be a time frame in New York where it's going to be 5, it's going to be 4, it's going to be
Mhm.
3 degrees, it's going to drop down to below zero. So I really don't want to go back to the gym because it's the hardest thing in the world to train with a mask on. We've tried it. His girlfriend has a class, and we've taken a class a few times. So I put the mask on. I put the mask on, and it's tough. The exercise is totally different because you're trying to breathe and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know what we're going to do come January. I might have to just bite the bullet and go back to the gym because I got to have that outlet. You know what I mean?
Or you
And
can
when
always
you,
go get some Billy Blank CDs and do some Tapo.
I don't, we're we're in the month. We're fastly approaching December.
Hmm. I hope we have a
Today,
blizzard this year. Oh my god,
listen,
that would
today
be
in New York.
amazing if we have a blizzard.
But let me tell you this. Yesterday in New York, it got up to about 65 degrees. Today, it got
Hmm.
up to about 60 something degrees. So it's
Hmm.
looking cool. But we already know our colder days that are coming. They're coming. So, we have to kind of brace ourselves for that. So at
Hmm.
that point, we're going to be forced to make a decision on whether we go back to the gym or not. He doesn't want to go back. He doesn't want to go back at all. But when you've trained so hard and you're looking extra snatched up under, you got to maintain it. You got to hold on.
Sabrina, come get your husband.
I worked hard, y'all. I've worked hard. I've worked hard. It's been a long time since I've been to walk around like this. So I don't want to lose it, but the reality is if you can't get access to
I
the
mean, but you can do
equipment,
some stuff at home to maintain it
you
on
can,
those
you
on
can.
the days that it's too cold. I mean,
That is too cold. So yeah, we'll just kind of
yeah.
take it day by day. If I look up and it's not below 20, we just wrap up thermals and jogging pants. Shout out to my wife who makes sure I got all these jogging pants. So I'm good to go. So yeah, so we'll see.
Sabrina, come get your husband.
And not even just that, not even just for the physical, for our fans that's out there watching. It's just for the mental. It's just it's
Oh
literally
yeah,
for the mental.
you do
It
need an outlet. You
literally
do need an
clears your mind. Because I'm a mental health clinician, and
outlet.
if I don't go out during the day, when I come back in, I put these headphones on. It's it's off to the races,
Man,
and
look,
that's from yeah.
I get it because I ain't really look. Coronavirus has jacked up my daggone social life so much, to I had to burn 145 hours of
Wow.
use or lose. So if I don't use it, I will lose it. So I'm trying to figure out. It was what, a couple of days before Halloween. Oh my God! Like I haven't taken any leave all this year. So I was off. I can't hardly hear you. I can hardly hear you. No. And so I was on leave from the 12th of November to the 20th of November. Went back to work last Monday for one day. Went back on leave the rest of the week. So tomorrow, so this Monday would be the first time that I'm legit back at work, and that's only for 2 weeks. And then I go back on leave for the last 2 weeks and of December. So it's like I don't like taking leave all at one
Well,
time like that.
it's so funny. Even for me, I was off from work yesterday. I was off from work
Yeah, when I
yesterday.
saw your status on
It was
Facebook,
the
I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not messing with him
yeah, because that has
because
not
he is
happened in
never off
years.
of work
Never
ever."
off.
Like people, this man is on at work until like 11, 12 o'clock at night,
And this
talking
is
to
the season.
people. Yeah.
This is the season. This is the season when that happens the most.
Mhm.
My partner who I'm in practice with, the first thing she'll say in a minute, she said, "Buckle up your seatbelt, EJ. It's that time of the year." And it's
Yeah.
true. People really go through a lot of changes emotionally during Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. And
Yeah.
this season is definitely going to be extra different because of the whole COVID-19 pandemic and just not being able to interact with your family members and just the whole debate,
Yep.
about whether you should go see your family or you should not go see your family. So
Man,
naturally, emotionally,
my
it's a
mom
challenge for
was
a lot of
like,
people.
"Well, why don't you come to Atlanta since you're gonna be on leave?" I said, "No, well, nobody told you to move back to Atlanta. You are your mama. Nobody told y'all to
I,
do that." I said,
yeah,
"But I'm not coming down there." She said, "Why?" I said, "What am I gonna do? Sit outside because I can't get in your building?" She said, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that."
well, same thing with my mom. I would love to see my mom, my brother, my dad. All my friends, my family down there. But the biggest thing that I'm dealing with is that God forbid I come through that airport and something happens and Mom gets sick, you'll never forgive yourself. Same thing with my in-laws in South Carolina. So you have to always keep that. Unfortunately, even with my dad, his wife had a illness a few weeks ago, and it was respiratory. And God knows the last thing you want is for me to go over there and say, "Hey, happy Thanksgiving," and then 2 weeks later it's a problem. So, we
Yeah.
have to be smart about it. I miss them. They know I miss them. It's painful. I see classmates, I see friends jumping on airplanes. So my wife have to kind of reel me back in because I'd be like, man, forget that, man. I'm gonna see my folk. But the reality is reality. We're in the middle of a pandemic and nobody wants to get hurt. And then on top of that, with the TV stuff,
Yeah.
I can't travel now. So,
Yeah.
because I've had to have multiple COVID tests, and even at my
So
job,
do they
there's a
go
whole process I
all
have
the
to go
way up
through.
your nose? Some people say they only stop right here. Some people say right here. Some people right here. But
No, they go all.
I have seen news reports saying that they're messing up people's nasal passages
Well,
by going up there. So they're messing up the sense of smell when the people
well, the
get it
one
back. And then I
just
watched my
for
line sister get one done. That shit was funny.
yeah. Well, for me, I had to have 4 COVID tests, well, 3 COVID tests, to return back to season 2 for life, and they did go up your nose. For personally, it wasn't a terrible experience. It's the most uncomfortable 3 seconds of your life for each nostril. That's the way I look at it. It was uncomfortable for about 3 seconds. The young lady goes up your nose, and it's like 3 seconds, only 3 seconds, and then she takes
Oh.
it down, and then she goes up your other nose for about 3 seconds.
Oh, so that's how pretty much how a pap smear goes.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
don't think I've had any of
it's
those.
the most uncomfortable. They open you up, and then they go in there and swab around in there,
Mm, mm.
and then they don't invite you for dinner, lunch.
Shout out to our people out there
No
watching,
gift
but
card, no
no
nothing.
gift cards.
They just swab around in there. Okay, we're done.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was cool, and thank God, when the test come back, I was negative. I had the test 2 days before the taping. I tested the day of taping. I tested after the taping. So it was they're very serious about it, and it was so funny. While I was on the set, there was a guy that got tested, and the nurse comes over and she says, "Hey, sir, come here. I need to talk to you." So everybody that's on the set,
Look
we
at
turned around.
y'all was
We
like
looking like
squirrel.
we were like squirrel. We were like this. And I think he forgot to write his social security number down on this paperwork. He was like, I forgot to write. I didn't fill out all the paperwork. All the way. Because everybody was looking at him like, man, you about to shut this whole production down.
Right,
So,
right. Hey Cheryl, hey Tracy.
so shout out, so all our people that's watching. Shout out to my girl Christy, Cheryl, Tracy,
Tamika, that's my
Tamika.
cousin.
Hey, Tamika.
T
My
Vet.
girl Kalisa, what's up, girl? Frank Howland, Chris Whitmore. Yeah, listen, we got our people out here, man.
So
T,
so what's been going on with you all? Hey, y'all post something. What have you all done differently
talk to
this
us.
Thanksgiving? That you normally do. Me, I sat at home by myself basically. My son went to his friend's house. Um, that he's more like a American child over there, and my daughter couldn't come home because of course she's in the Navy, so they shut that shit down. She couldn't come home, and then the youngest baby, she went to their dad's house um, for Thanksgiving. So it was just me basically. My brother came up. We did go to the wharf and got seafood, but after he ate, he had to leave because he had to go to work. So it was just me looking crazy, and I felt like I was shit out of the country by my damn self because I have never experienced a Thanksgiving like this in the United States by my damn self. So
Wow, it was
by my
different.
damn
It
self,
was
it
different.
was real different. It was kind of borderline depressing and lonely at the same
Well,
time.
a lot of people, the day before Thanksgiving, I actually had a lot of therapy sessions, and
Yeah,
it was a challenge for a lot of people, not being able to travel, especially for some of the college students that
yeah,
were not able to go home. They visited family members. So mental health is real around this time of the year. And then you add the whole COVID thing, that just escalates everybody's anxiety to the highest, you know. So
Mhm.
um it was so unfortunate, so unfortunate. But as far as my Thanksgiving, it was cool. It was relaxing. It was just with my fam. You know, my boy Lawrence Brooks, shout out to Lawrence. Any other time he would
Lawrence.
be at the crib because we spend all of our Thanksgivings together whenever we're not traveling. But you know, unfortunately, you know, everybody's at their own, you know, location. So we just stayed in the house, ate good, and turned all the way up.
And you
Shout out to my wife who
harass my sister.
she showed out in the kitchen. We ate good. We ate
Did y'all?
real good. hmm She bought like a 14-pound turkey, I think.
14 pound is just three of y'all.
This what I listen. I don't know if they ran out of the lesser pound turkeys.
Well,
I don't
unless she's
know.
gonna do something else with that turkey too.
I don't know. I don't know, but it was the biggest turkey I ever seen. I could have did curls with that bad boy, man. I was like, golly.
Wow.
But it was
Wow.
great. It was great. And it just felt really good to just be at home cooling out. It's not too many times where I'm actually sitting down and doing nothing. And my boss was even telling me, listen, Erskine, don't touch the computer, don't log on, don't try to assign no clients, don't you know, just sit down. So I did that on Friday. So I did absolutely nothing. And that felt good.
Well,
And
that's
I did that
good.
again today. So yeah.
That's good. Are you gonna do it again tomorrow?
I'm gonna exercise tomorrow. I'm gonna exercise tomorrow with the weather permitting. I'll probably go for a run because I know my partner they don't do Sundays too much, so I get up in the morning probably do a quick run, and that's it. That's it. Kick my feet up.
So Tamika said she sat at home by herself, very uncomfortable. I'm used to
Yeah,
being with family. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's pretty much it.
It was, and this is where, like I said, this is where people were so frustrated with the government because this didn't have to be. You know, I mean, it could
No, it
have been
didn't have to.
resolved a little.
But you know what?
You know,
I can't blame it entirely on the government because you got some very hard headed ass people
oh, people still
that
went.
want to talk about damn constitutional rights. No,
Yeah,
this ain't got shit to do with a
it
constitutional
don't.
right. This
It
has
don't.
everything to do with health. Do
Yeah,
you want to risk it all and die, or do you want to just put a fucking mask on, do what you got to do, go back home, mind your business? Like I honestly cannot wrap my head around people that want to talk constitutional rights
yeah.
versus staying alive.
Staying alive. I don't understand it. I even as a clinician, I don't get it.
I think that's a mental health issue.
No, it is mental. It goes beyond. It's
It's
mental.
gotta be. It's gotta be.
It goes completely
It's
beyond just common sense, man.
yeah.
That's mental health.
It's gotta be. You don't want to wear a mask. You don't want to wear a mask. Get your husband, get your friend, get your child. Send them to the store or something. That's all you got to do if you don't want to wear a mask.
Right.
A mask, 2 seconds. One,
Oh yeah.
two,
Well, see, this is the
two
problem. This is the problem.
seconds.
I like I said, I
And you
was on a
still don't have no
conference call.
Clorox
Still
wax.
don't have no Clorox, right? But
But shout out
I,
to all of those off brands that's making millions now.
they making millions. They are turning up. I was on a Zoom call, like I stated earlier, Nitra. I was on a Zoom call on Thanksgiving Day. I did a Zoom call with some other mental health clinicians as well,
Okay.
and with my friend Spirit. And like she said, she's walking around Atlanta with the guard
Face
thing on her
shit.
face shield.
Hmm.
She not playing. But
Yeah.
she's walking in some grocery stores and they looking at her like, well, you can't take away my constitutional rights. I'm not doing all of that. You know,
But I know where they ain't doing that
the
at.
argument.
They ain't doing that here in Maryland.
They ain't doing that in New York either. You get your head knocked off talking about you ain't gonna
You
put
got
no
a
mask
sign
on
on
up
the
here.
door, and they're telling you at the door, we will refuse you and politely tell you to
Yeah,
get your ass out if you don't have
yeah,
on a mask.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I will say this: we've been we're what 10 months into this now.
hmm
I have I have jumped out my truck subconsciously, forgot my mask, get halfway to the door, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot my mask. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting
Yeah,
something.
it
And
happens.
then I said, "Oh shit, my mask!" And I turn right back around and go get
hmm
my mask. But
hmm
to but to just be adamant that you don't want to wear a mask still,
hmm
I just
Yeah,
think it's crazy. So
yeah,
I fought the administration
yeah.
for not being proactive. active on this thing. But I
Absolutely.
also fault those that is like are saying, "Well, I don't want to wear a mask."
That comes with administration.
Hmm.
Because if you got a president
But
playing with it the
but
way he was
look,
playing with it,
the president has had COVID-19. His what's that dude's name? Election night. They said he had freaking COVID-19.
yeah,
Now
yeah,
Donald Jr. has COVID-19. Melania has
yeah,
look, COVID-19 done touched everybody in there. The only thing COVID-19 has not done within that immediate circle is anybody no one has died.
yeah.
But COVID-19 has touched a lot of them. And you would think, okay, well if it's really touching us,
My boy Hilton, shout out Hilton.
then we need to make sure that we're doing what we supposed to. But in
Right,
their mind, they're like, okay, well, we had it, we ain't die,
right,
so it's not that bad.
right.
But
Oh, it's terrible. But this goes back to show you how divided it is within America, with the
yeah,
states. It's terrible. It does boil down to the red versus the blue. And it's so unfortunate that one of the clinicians that I was on within Chicago, um, Thanksgiving Day, that's what she said. Because she was saying very clearly, no mask, no entry. That's how it is here in New York. You
hmm,
you you can't go in no stores without no mask on.
nope.
My wife told me she went into one store and she bumped into a lady that was talking ridiculous about the mask, and they threw the lady out the store. Like
And they
you can't come
should,
in, and they
they
should, they
should.
should,
Well,
you know.
I went to Apple. I had to go to the mall yesterday.
Mhm.
Ain't been to the mall in God knows when. Uh, I had to take because I have my iPhone, so I had to take it in to get service. And oh, Apple ain't playing. Look, before I got to the damn door, the young man was like, "Can I take? Are you going to Apple?" I said, "Yes." Can I take your temperature? I said, "Okay, no problem."
Yeah.
Then I got in the correct line, and three more people. I said, "You know what? I commend y'all with this with these thermos with these readings, temperature readings." And then once I got in for my appointment, they have you spaced out. And I was like, you know what? I really like it like this in this Apple store. Like, nobody's really in here. Y'all should keep this like this after COVID season because I hate going to the Apple store. Love the
Yeah.
products, but I hate going in the store. Why? Because everybody and their mother is in the daggone store. So,
Ah.
yeah,
Well, they don't
it's
have no capacity.
always
They don't have a capacity.
no. I don't. If they do,
Wow.
if they do, you couldn't tell me they did pre COVID. Mm-mm.
Wow. I went to the mall with my wife and daughter. I guess like maybe a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and they got the whole capacity thing. If they not letting everybody in, and it's a long line to get in, they have to wait on people to come out. So they not,
Oh yeah,
they're
no,
not playing with that.
other stores was like that too. But Apple had like several different. You had a line for pickup, you had a line for service, you had a line just in case you just walked up and you want to get in the store. So there were lines, and they was rich. They was there with thermometers. Your turn, your turn, your turn, and And so my thing
Wow.
was, yeah, they wasn't playing. Once you got in the store in Apple, they ask you to take it out the case. They give you a wipe to wipe your phone down. You wipe it down in front of them. They take the phone. Once they do what they need to do with the phone, when they give it back to you, they give you the phone and the wipe so you can wipe it down again. So they got a good
Wow.
system. They got a really good system in the Apple at Pentagon City. So shouts out to Apple and your cleanliness.
I mean, and that's good, but the problem is you got other cities that's not following the same protocol.
No, they don't have
And
guidelines. They're
they don't have
doing
no
it.
guidelines
However,
because they want to think about their money.
because they what?
They thinking about their money. They want to keep money or revenue coming in, and that's the
Speaking
sad
of
thing.
money, I heard
Yeah.
today that there's supposed to be a stimulus check coming out.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Okay, so I didn't get all the deets on it, but I heard it. I was in conversation with somebody, and they were saying that one was supposed to be passed. And all I can say is, so they can take that money out your damn taxes too,
Of
when you file
course.
your taxes.
Of course.
Crazy, don't give it to me.
Nobody's thinking about that part. Nobody's thinking about
Yeah,
that part.
I
It's
don't
the
want it. I want
gratification
all of my
of the whole
coins.
thing. Right.
I want all my coins. Don't take it out. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's just crazy. But
Yeah.
yes, Tamika, Americans are very selfish. They're very selfish and snobbish people. We don't understand that because we're here and this is our quote unquote norm. But when you go to other countries, yeah, they do look at us as very snobbish and spoiled little brats and stuff. Even your little African American people, they
Oh
all
yeah,
think that they're brats and we're snobbish and this and that and the other, and they think this is the greatest
because we're
place on
America.
earth because we're in America, the land of the home and free. You know, but Americans,
The whole
yeah,
process is
yeah,
just
they
yeah,
y'all
yeah,
just get on my nerves sometimes. Y'all really
yeah.
do.
But like I said, I'm just proud to see everybody come out and vote so we could get this unfortunate president out of the administration because it's too much confusion. And the sad thing about it, it didn't have to get to this point. You know what I mean? It didn't have to get to this point. But I think the way this whole pandemic was handled, the miscommunication, the all the arguing, the back and forth, and even I hate to say it, you got 200 what 250,000 people that died
Unnecessarily.
unnecessarily, and then you
We weren't
catch it.
even in
Hold
a
on,
war.
right? He catches it and says, "I got 14 of the best doctors ever." Well, do you
Yeah,
think the
which you
250,000 people had the 14
yeah, which
doctors
was a slap in America's face. Why are you
slapping
talking about you
America's
got
face?
14? And then you call
You
on
got
Dr.
14.
Fauci or Fauci or however you say his name to
Oh,
try to help you uh, figure out how to help. I can't even talk. God damn it! And then you
yeah,
get this doctor to try to help you to figure out what's the best drugs that you need in order
yeah,
for you to get. Man, you just put this man on mute because you didn't like what he was saying and you
yeah,
weren't trying to listen to him. You put him on mute.
yeah. And
Now
and
you
I think
need him.
yeah, it's a backhand slap to the face when you have 250 over 250 Americans that have died. And you say, well, listen,
Exactly.
I have 14 of the best doctors. One of my closest friends, I'm not going to say his name on the air, but he caught COVID the same time. The same time. I'm listening at the CNN press and I get the phone call about him. He didn't have 14 doctors.
He sure didn't. Because I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I need you to get this little thing so you can breathe in it to get them lungs together.
Right, right, right. So at the end of the day, man, it just, the country was upside down. He made the country upside down. And like I said, we're not 100% sold on Joe, but we're willing to give him a chance. We want to see what you're going to do. And
Yep.
that's where we are.
That is where we're at. And these are
Yeah.
facts. Period.
Facts.
Pooh, as
Period.
Lawrence would say.
That's
Period.
right.
Pooh. But I
Well,
mean, I
yeah.
don't know.
So
I don't know. I don't know. November has been a wow month.
hmm
A wild month for me. A good wild month. But let me ask you this because I asked my brother this. I asked my brother this. Have you noticed? And this is just I'm just being funny, but I did notice it since Joe Biden has became president elect. Have you noticed that the days have been pretty?
they have. I'm jogging in New York in 65-degree weather today. I don't know. I think that says a lot. If that's Joe, I'll take it.
But you noticed it? Like we
Yeah.
have had a lot of pretty like legit pretty spring type days.
Like I totally agree. Like I said, yesterday was 67 here in New York, and we're in November, at the end of November at that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's good to see the beautiful weather, and I just think energy. I mean, that's people that's upset, but for the most part, I think it's great.
I think it's
I'm loving it.
amazing.
I think it's
I
amazing.
think it's amazing. We've had nothing but
We,
pretty days. My cousin said I'm now she's saying I'm blurry. Am I blurry to you all?
a little bit.
Am I?
You are,
I,
yeah.
I don't know what's going
I mean,
on.
I'm looking at you on my phone, Nitra. You look great. You're not clear.
Well,
You're
thank
not
you.
blurry there, but you're
Well,
blurry on
thank
the
you.
computer screen though.
Okay, so that's what she's saying. I'm blurry on the computer screen, but I'm
I'm
like,
having a feedback in my headphones. So
well, don't take them off because then we can't see you.
okay, no, no, no. You
We
probably
can't
can't
hear
hear me.
you. No, we
Right,
can't hear you. Is what I'm
gotcha.
trying to say.
Just trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, well, listen, I definitely want to say I'm proud of this country for stepping up and doing what we needed to do. And I hope we can just stick together. I know it's a challenge for Thanksgiving holidays for everybody not to be with their families the way they want to. I did a Zoom Thanksgiving with my in laws in South Carolina. So a picture trying to get some 70-year-old people to try to figure out how to do a
That
Zoom.
mess is funny.
They got it. They got it. They did
It's
get it,
funny.
but it was hard. So I messaged, I did the messenger thing with my mom, so I got a chance to see her. But it's frustrating
You saw
because
Mama
Thanksgiving,
Donna?
well, face to face through messenger.
I'm talking about on Messenger.
Of yeah, yeah,
Oh, Mama
yeah.
Donna.
So the thing is, like I said, it's a challenge because people are not able to spend time with their families. And this would have been the year we would have been down south for Thanksgiving. So you know,
Well, I
but
didn't get
we'll
to see my
celebrate hard in
grandmother.
2021.
I didn't get to see my grandmother. And when you was talking about people looking at you, um I'm trying to get to the page. Shoot. Let me go back to this screen. Uh I forgot what I was saying. Oh, trying to do FaceTime and stuff. It is funny. My grandmother's 96 years old, and she will have the phone. My mom is giving her the phone. She's like, "Okay, mom, talk on the phone like this," and so she's so used to doing this, so she'll take the phone, look at me, and then put the phone to her ear. And I'm like, "No, no, I want to see your face." And so she's like, "You want to see my face? Well, how you gonna see my face?" I'm like, "Look at the phone." And so then she'll look at the phone. She's like, "Oh." So it is funny watching you know elderly people try to get on the trendy shit.
Yeah, and it worked, but it's still a challenge. It's still a challenge. So, at the end of the day, we have to definitely, continue to educate them and make sure we do what we have to do to make sure we
Always,
still keep that
always,
family healthy.
always.
Yeah.
Always. You gotta fix
Always.
that. You got to
Yeah.
fix that.
Yeah. Listen, man, I had, trying to keep my healthy thing on, and I should have cut it off at 6, but that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I'm glad everybody's out there. That's everybody's safe. I'm glad everybody's doing great. I'm glad everybody's doing good, and we just want to just emphasize the importance of just staying safe.
Okay.
Staying safe, stay healthy. We gonna have to wrap this up. But the most importantly, everybody stay safe. Stay safe.
Stay
2021,
safe.
stay safe. 2021 would hopefully we hope that'll be a better year, much better year than 2020, and celebrate your loved ones and
I'm
have
gonna
as much fun
say
as
it is
possible.
gonna be a better year.
Oh, it is going to be a better year. It's
I
going to
can
definitely be a
feel it
better
in
year.
my bones
Yeah, yeah,
that it's gonna be a much, much better year.
yeah.
Now, I
So
will say this: it's going to be off to a slow start, but
right,
it's going to be an amazing year.
yeah. The corona is not gone in January. Everybody, I'm thinking
No.
just like y'all. I want to jump on a plane too. I'm itching. I'm itching. Every time I get my Sky Miles statement, I get the chills. I'm like, because I know how many trips I could take
Oh,
with the Sky Miles.
so funny.
Uh oh.
Funny fact. It ain't a funny fact. It's one of those. Girl, what the hell were you thinking? So my best friend, she turns 50 next month on the 11th.
Mhm.
She lives in Syracuse, New York.
Okay. Well, that's
It's only an hour and a half flight. My ticket was only $250 round trip. I was going
ooh.
to go to Syracuse for her birthday, stay the weekend, and then come back, right?
Mhm.
Got the ticket, right? The very, what, no, that evening you told me that if you're coming to New York, you got to quarantine for 14
Yeah,
days. And I
yeah.
was
They're not
like,
playing.
fuck, are you serious? I can't
Yeah.
quarantine for 14. Like, I'm legit sneaking to go see her for her birthday, right? And then the next day I had a staff meeting, and the skipper says, Oh yeah. So the admin saying that we might go get shut down again. So guess what
What
I
do you,
gotta do? Guess what I gotta do? Call the airlines and say,
you got a
"Hey,
credit?
I ain't gonna be able to make this flight. Can y'all hold it for me till I can find another place to go?"
What they know they give you a credit. They give you a credit. Yeah, I had some stuff lined up. I had to go back out to LA this year, and we had a few other things that we were doing, and everything was credit wise.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So we are going to wrap this up. And just know that we love you all from the bottom of our hearts to the depths of our soul. Okay? We promise we won't be off another month again, but around
Yeah,
Christmas time and New Year's, it will get shaky again. So just
yeah.
hold on, hold on. We're still in it with you. Same bat channel, same bat station. I don't have any jewels to give tonight other than wear your goddamn mask and keep your hands to yourself.
Well, my jewel is because definitely an emotional time for a lot of people. Keep good energy around you. Keep good people around you. If you're not able to get to a mental health clinician to go for therapy, just keep good energy and good people around you. This is definitely a challenging season for everybody when people really, really want to unite and be with their family and stuff like that. But the most important thing is if you can't call, they're doing teletherapy with all the clinicians. So definitely, follow up with that. Check with your local provider in your area and do that. And just keep good energy around you. Keep
All right.
keep good energy around you.
Yep. So we'll see you all next week.
All right,
Inbox
everybody.
us if you have anything you want to talk about. Inbox us. We really appreciate you. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And thank you. We love you all.
We love y'all.
Deuces.
We out of here, y'all. Nitra, I came up with the right idea to drink water.